Hey people, how are you all doing on this? What day is it? It's Tuesday. No, Wednesday. Yeah, the bin man's just been, so it's definitely Wednesday. We've got a bit of a clear spell until I think even more rain comes again. I am sick of this weather. It is bloody horrendous. It's wrecked me porch. I'm gonna have to get that fixed now. But what can you do? Just a quick introduction today. I'm going to get a quick walk around on this Range Rover chassis and build from my Morris. As you know, I've had quite a few problems with me GoPro dying all the time. I don't know whether I've fixed that problem, whether it's been the charger, whether it's been the battery, I don't know. But we'll just crack on and find out. Just do one at a time. So, here we're gone. This is the Range Rover and the Morris body. So engines all into place, as you can see, because that's where it normally sits and it hasn't been moved at all. And I've cut a lot of this out for it to fit, but the engine does sit quite far back. But it matches up with the wheel arches and everything else. The chassis is actually solid, as you can well, from the previous videos of taking the body to bits, or should I say falling off, because it did. The chassis is actually really solid, but it needs a few things, like it needs shocks, it's going to need the brakes doing. I'm not going to keep these wheels because I've got a set of steels that I fancy putting on. It needs a coat of strut tops. I think it needs that one, and it definitely needs that one. But my whole plan now with this is I've got it into the position where it needs to be. So we're going to do some measurements, we're going to do some leveling, I'm going to get the chassis jacked up into a point where I can get it all level. Then I can work out distances, so I can work out mounting points. There's one there, there's one there. I might make another one. Oh, there's another one there. And then I'm going to build a frame for this to sit on. So the plan is to take the body off again, make a frame, get all the measurements right, and hopefully this should just plonk straight back on. Then I can make a frame to go off the front, to go all the way around, because the grille fits perfect now. Body fits spot on. We're going to cut these bits off flush, and then I'm going to make a frame to go around there to mount the wings and to mount obviously for the bonnet and the front grille can close. And then we'll refurb the whole chassis. So we'll get the wire wheels out, we'll get the grinders out, we'll cut it all back, we'll get it all nice and pretty, new bushes, new springs, new brakes. And then I suppose I better manufacture a cab, get all the metal in place for, housing that engine. I am looking for the back of a cab, so I want to extend it to about here. I've got the roof section, I might just put timber in there, I don't know. And then I'm going to make a flatbed body, and I'm going to timber that as well. Wider arches. Wider arches, yes. And then I've got all the wiring harnesses, everything all disconnected as well, which is the main thing. I've got the harness that I need out the back, so I can just hopefully just plug all this in, and it should just run. I'm not very good with electrics, but anyway, that's where we are today. A bit of a long introduction today. There's been loads going on, just weather-wise, money-wise, and whatnot, so I've not been able to get much done. I'm hoping everything's back in the loop for tomorrow. And I've also, what I might have to do just to raise some funds so I can get on with this, is build that. Now, a few ideas is, and it is a clean, I got it from the auction, it's a one owner 59,000 mile, 1.6 petrol. It has been off the road since 2010. It's solid. There's a couple of little nicks and dings here, but it needs brakes. I think the brakes are sticking on one side, so you can buy the rebuild kits quite cheap. So what do I do with it? Do I do the BX touch, which is, you know, stone guard, satin black with gloss wheels, gloss trim, like bumpers and whatnot? Yeah? Is that an idea? Do I do it military green? Do I do it some stupid colour like bright orange? So we've got the key. Key. Just noticed there's a ding just there. That wasn't there, I'm sure it wasn't. But all of this, it's just surface rust, but it's solid. No. Oh, it's locked. Roof detaches as well. Roof detaches as well. The interior's pretty sweet. Seeing 59,000 mile, 4-wheel drive, gears, whole lot. As you see, and the roof comes off, detaches at the back as well. You know, comfy seats. Don't go very far back, like. Good wheels and tyres. Do I stone guard it and paint it and change it, put some nice lights on it. Oh, so see if it'll start. It's been sat here through all this rain. Should just fire off the key. Listen, yeah, see? Perfect. In every way. See, so it is designed to come out. Yeah. Never had a Daihatsu. This is a sport track. Ooh, I've got a quarter of a tank of petrol as well. Voltage is working. No. All that's working. Electric windows. Do the electric window mirrors work? Up. Ooh, that one's working. Up, down, turn around. Bagsy, I'm not on. That one working. That one's working as well. So I've got that. Lights. Ooh, that wiper's working. Door locks. Let's try the thingy-majig, what I call it. Whoa, dusty! That works. No radio. Hazards work. Here's rear window. I don't know. Windscreen wipers. Yeah, so everything works. And I've looked underneath and the chassis looks pretty solid. It does look solid. It looks clean. I don't know whether it's been dry stored or not. I think it has. It came off the road in 2010 with, what's it? It failed its MOT on 2 bulbs and a spring. I'm sure I can source a spring. And I'm sure I can source some bulbs. But I've had it for sale. I started at 1,500, I bought it down to 1,395, but I had absolutely no interest in it. So I think I'm going to test it, put an MOT on it, paint it a desirable colour, because personally this isn't a desirable colour. Not my cup of tea anyway, definitely not my cup of tea. Spruce it up a bit, make it pretty. I think I can do it in probably 2 videos. Do it quite quick. I suppose I can do it in probably a 3 or 4 day turnaround. And then that gives me funds to do more to that. I just want to be, I think that's going to be an absolute monster. Everybody yet again stops in the street and asks what you're doing and what the build is and everything else. And it's all in here. That's my problem. It's all in here. I stop and I stand and I stare and I just think, right, what's next? What can I do? It's just a complete plan of action that turns around and keeps coming back. And I'll figure something else out, and I'll do something else, and I'll figure something else, and I'll do something else. I've done a lot of filming, of me chopping that body, but it was 3 hours of adjustment. So it was a little cut here, a little cut there. I also think I need to start working on my filming techniques of how to do this just a little bit different. It takes a lot of editing. I didn't realise how much the editing process is, and it does take a lot just to get that little bit in here and that little bit in there that you think's good. Also, some of the things I do put in aren't good. YouTube is a weird game. It's like some things you get hundreds and thousands of hits on, well, not hundreds and thousands, you get a few hundred hits in a day, and then other things might get a few hundred hits in a month. It's weird. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong, or whether it's just the content, or we'll work it out as we're going along, man. I've only been doing this since February, which isn't long, not long at all. And I've got 575 subscribers, which I think's quite reasonable for the time I've been going. You know, and if it wasn't for you lot subscribing, I wouldn't keep going on this. I would end it. I think, or would I? Me, cars, tinkering. That will never happen. It will always go ahead regardless of anything. I can't get my fingers out of the pies of cars and tinkering. I don't like fixing them, I really don't. I like stripping them and building my own stuff. I also don't like doing things for customers. So I have knocked all that on the head as well. But, you know, we've got to do what we've got to do. A lot of these builds are started with, I'll buy something and it's got to be relatively cheap, and I'll work out what's sellable and what's not sellable off it, you know. I'll get it back, I'll strip it, I'll sell certain parts, and that funds the next bit. I then decide that I need one of these, or do I need one of these, or do I not need one of these, and I'll get it back. I'll find out what the good parts are, and I'll strip it, and hopefully I'll get my money back for what I've paid for the car. It pays for the build, you know. I can only do this in sections at a time when the cash flow is there, and I've only got a drive to work on. I do all of this on my drive. I'm so lucky my neighbours are nice. I know every dog in the street, I know every person who stops, and every person who stops always asks, you know, and there's never any malice. It's always really nice. Everybody's always interested, you know. Well, I hope it is anyway. I think I'm a good boy. I do stop at certain times. I don't do it all day every day. The grinder's not going 24/7. You just gotta plough on, do what needs done, you know. This is what keeps me sober, and it does keep me sober. Been a raving alcoholic for 28 years, and I ended up in recovery when I was 42. I'm close to 48 now, and I'm sober, and it's changed my life forever, you know. It really has. I can do things like this. I'm proud of my sobriety, and I will tell anybody about it. I don't preach, I don't do anything I shouldn't. I just keep myself normal. I don't go out, very rarely go out. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I do meetings, you know. A night out is a meeting for me, and I enjoy it. How the times have changed. Because I would have been out every night, spending money I haven't got, getting drunk to blackout, and it just, yeah, it took over my life. I lost a lot of things because of that, you know. But now I'm sober, 4.5 years in nearly, and as I say, it's like the best thing I've ever done in my life. It really is. Life-changing stuff. So that's enough about me. I will say one thing. I've been wanting to do this short video for quite a while. I know it's nearly 15 minutes long, and it's taken me probably 4 days just to get the courage up to do it. Oh. I don't do a lot of explaining in my YouTube videos, and I think I should really. I think I should characterise it a bit more and do a bit more with it. So I just want to thank everybody for subscribing, and everybody who's bore with me. Pull with me, yes. And we'll just keep moving forward a little bit at a time, you know. Get the momentum. I'm itching to finish this, Morris. I really am. And once I'm committed, I'll just keep going. But when funds are low, I've got to stop. When the weather's bad, I've got to stop until the next set of funds come in. I've also got to pay for the house, I've got to pay for the car, I've got to pay for everything else, you know what I mean? So food on the table is more important than a build at the minute. But we'll get there. Yes, we will. I've been wanting to do this build for a very long time, and the amount of times I've had it and it's come to me and I've started it and I've sold it, I am bloody determined I'm not doing that. I think every build I've ever done and sold was because I need a drink. Yes, I did. I sold my forklift truck, funded my drinking. I sold my truck, my 7.5 ton recovery truck, because I needed drinking. I sold a lot of things that I didn't want to sell in order to fund my drinking. And when you're in that situation, it's very friggin' hard to get out of. Very hard to get out of. But you know what? With will, determination, and a new look on life, and a near-death experience, the help was there was when it was needed, and I'm very, very lucky to have it. Very lucky and very, very grateful. Very grateful. Yes. Yes. I can see what's going on around me. I don't think people realise how much it destroys lives. It does. You think it's just you, but it's not. It's not just you. It destroys everybody around you as well. But you know what? My family, my close friends, and everybody else I needed in my life have been there for me, stood by me, and I'm a very lucky and grateful man for that. Yes. Yes. So, sorry for the rambling. I just want to get this out there. We'll push forward, and I'm going to, as I say, I'm going to take this cab off next, get the measurements in place, and then we might just go with the Daihatsu for a couple of videos, get it all nice and pretty, get it ready, get it tested, and then sell this, and then this will fund the build for the Morris Traveller. So, thanks for everybody for watching. Make sure you click, like, share, just subscribe. Subscribe is free. There's a notification button there as well, which I didn't realise. This is the thing I'm learning on YouTube. Make sure you click that notification button, and then every time I upload something and you really, really want to listen to me rambling on like this, then press it. You'll get the notification and you'll see it straight away. So yeah, thanks everybody. Happy days. God bless, and enjoy the rest of your day.